Hey, everybody. Welcome to Great Talks with me, your host, Mickie Giacomini. Today, we have a hot topic. It's all about fire insurance, how to get it and how to keep it. So, I have an amazing guest who's joining us in just a moment. Her name is Denise Triplett. She is so knowledgeable about all things fire insurance. She's going to help us to understand what's going on and how we're going to keep from losing our fire insurance and all these other tidbits that you're hearing at barbecues and all over the place, I'm sure. So let's bring her on now. Hi, Denise. How are you?
Good. Hi. Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me on.
We are so grateful to have you on today because I'll tell you what, as a realtor, one of the biggest topics that my clients are bringing up to me is all about fire insurance. And if I'm not working with my clients, I'm at barbecues or family gatherings and whatnot, and people are bringing it up. It is a hot topic, especially here in California, and we need your expertise on this. So let's get started. The burning question is, why are so many of these big insurance companies suddenly just fleeing California? What's the scoop?
Well, the first easiest answer to that one is they are all basically saying they're citing wildfire risk. That's the main topic. A lot of them also has to do with our Department of Insurance. California Department of Insurance, is only allowing certain uprates, and they're only allowing little tiny uprates at a time. And the insurance companies, so the way you have to kind of look at this, and I've been told this by Chris, our agency owner, and it makes sense to me. So you're a business owner and you are putting out way more money than you're bringing in, you can't stay in business.
Right. Exactly. I get that. And so with the small increments, they're legally, I guess, bound to only being able to increase in small increments. So if they can't do big increments to stay in business, they're like, we're out.
Right.
Okay.
And that's why a lot of the insurance companies are leaving, not writing in California right now. We've got State Farm is not writing any business. Farmers is writing some certain things, but they've got 25-day waiting periods. And I don't think they're writing any homeowners at all. We're talking about auto for the 25-day waiting period.
Yes.
Allstate isn't writing. Nationwide has left. Geico has left. Bristol West has left, amongst others that they're just not writing. Guard, I don't know if anybody's heard of Berkshire Hathaway. They've also stopped writing in California. It's really scary. It's very scary.
It is scary because you know what? I mean, I would have to say a few years back, nobody had ever heard of California Fair Plan, right? That was the last resort sort of situation. Now that's all we hear about. So tell us more about that.
Now. It's the first resort.
Right now. Right? It is the first resort. So share a little bit more about that, please.
Well, what's happening is a lot of these areas, and I know we had talked before about, I don't know if anybody remembers the Santa Rosa fire.
Sure.
Remember that whole neighborhood? It was devastating. That happened.
You remind everybody?
Yes. That happened from one ember getting onto somebody's house and their roof and starting that whole neighborhood on fire. So they're starting to rethink the whole fire situation. Neighborhoods aren't safe anymore. They're looking at a totally bigger picture now. And so they're zoning areas where you would never think are fire hazard zones that are now fire hazard zones.
Absolutely. And you go, sir, let's circle back to that Santa Rosa fire. So that's one ember, but here's the deal. It didn't just come over, if memory serves me correct, it didn't just pop over from somebody's barbecue next door, right?
No. It was from a fire. It came from 5 miles away.
Crazy.
5 miles is how far one ember can fly through the air and catch something on fire.
Right. And I live in a rural area. So when I'm all in a tither about people doing those fireworks and so forth, I feel like I'm justified because of situations like that.
Yes. Fireworks are. And that's what I think what happened here. I live in Orangevale, and we had a fire in the Buttes back. It's probably about 2 miles from me. It's pretty scary because that started, somebody was they were out there doing those illegal fireworks, and it's just too dry to do that. I mean, we
It
shouldn't have
is.
any of that going on.
Exactly.
None of that.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Well, now it's affecting neighborhoods like Orangeville and so forth. So, for those of you watching, if you're not familiar with the greater Sacramento area neighborhoods such as Orangeville, Fair Oaks, Carmichael, all of these, they're very much established neighborhoods. Denise, share with the viewers what's happening in some of those areas.
Well, we just actually received an email on Monday from Travelers, and Travelers is one of my main carriers. I write a lot of business through Travelers. I've been with Travelers personally for 32 years, and we received an email that they shut down 115 zip codes, some of them being Orangevale, Fair Oaks, Folsom, El
Yeah.
Dorado Hills. It doesn't matter how big of a neighborhood you live in or anything. It's just they are shutting down these zip codes. And we've actually been told, and I've never heard this before in my life, we've actually been told by carriers such as Safeco and Travelers and a few others, we only want you to write 2 policies a month. We only want you to write 2 policies maybe a week. That's it. We're only allowed to write 11 more policies till the end of the year with Safeco, for instance.
Oh my gosh.
They're not even wanting to have new business in. And not only that, they want everybody to have no claims. They cannot have any claims or anything on their records, as in driving record and home, or they will not take anything. And they're only accepting bundled packages. In other words,
can they do it? Can they just drop us? Can they just drop us? What's the scoop with that?
If they feel that there isn't any on your home, for instance, if there isn't any defensible space around your home, if you have a lot of shrubs around your home, if you have trees overhanging your home, if you're not maintaining your property properly, yes, they can send you a non-renewal. Mercury, for instance, is one of our carriers. They're sending out letters to every single one of their clients. It doesn't matter where you live. They want photos of all sides of your home. They want photos of your property, your roof, everything. They want to know about your updates on HVAC, heating and air conditioning units, roof, all that.
Yeah.
And
aren't there things like bark? Even the bark around the house, they don't want that either, right?
Nope. And if it's not removed, then they're going to non-renew you. Now that's a little extreme. That's been the one carrier that's been a little extreme. The other carriers I deal with just don't want trees overhanging the home. Obviously, I mean, that's a fire hazard. We all know that.
Sure.
A lot of things to prevent that is to just properly maintain your home. Doing the things that.
Yeah. So I'm with you on that. So I'm asking this because I keep hearing from various clients and family members and friends that their insurance rates are doubling and tripling. They're just increasing out here. So, well, I'll come back to that in just a moment. But why is that? Like, it's just like another reason that California is so expensive.
Well, you guys would not believe this, but California is actually due to Proposition 103. They are now, so other states can go by credit. I don't know if everybody knows that, but I write in all other states as well as California. They can go by credit. And so if somebody say they have a questionable credit score, their rates would be triple in any other state.
But not in California, right?
No, but California, believe it or not, has the best rates of anywhere. And I can tell you that honestly, they have the best rates of anywhere. Everybody thinks it's really high because everything's going up. But you guys, I am so sorry to tell you this. This is just the beginning. It's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse. And I am so sorry to have to tell you that. And I can't even tell you the future and what's going to happen. I can't even tell you what's going to happen tomorrow with these carriers. But the rates are going to continue to go up. The insurance carriers have to recuperate from all these fires, or we're not going to have anybody to insure us. True. Other than the California Fair Plan. That's going to be all that there is if we don't watch it. And so when you're looking at your rates, if they do increase, just be grateful that you got a renewal. That's all I've got to say. Be grateful that you've got a renewal.
That's true. That's a good point. I mean, I guess that's the ugly silver lining, the tarnished silver lining. Well, I was kind of What you're saying that California has some of the best rates, but I'm sitting here thinking, well, can I get a discount? Because I work really, my husband and I, we work really hard. We're out rural. We clear our property. I've got sheep. They are my nature's lawn mowers. They keep
Mhm.
the property all clean with good defensible space and all that. I mean, is that, I guess I'm not going to get a discount, huh?
No, that's just something they'd expect.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
going
just
to
going to be
tell
lucky
you,
to keep my
yeah,
insurance.
I'm going to tell you something. It doesn't matter really how well you I mean, obviously they want the homes to be well maintained.
Sure.
But when it comes down to it, it's your surrounding area. If you have a canyon behind you, if you don't have a fire hydrant within 1,000 feet, if the fire department isn't within 5 miles, you are considered California Fair Plan property. If you guys have, and there's a lot of people out there that do have farmers policies right now and state farm policies, because they went out when nobody else was writing, and they went out and they did write a lot of policies. So I don't know if they're going to be sending out non-renewals or not. We really don't know what's going to happen yet.
Yeah.
It's a very scary situation because we really don't know. But I do know that properly maintaining your home, keeping everything cut back, keeping everything green,
Yeah.
making sure you have, the small screens, the what do you call it? The mesh screens on
Oh,
any
yeah.
openings
Yes.
above your roof. Just everybody pretty much knows what to do. Get the covered gutters that
Oh,
are
definitely.
the leaves, keep the leaves out.
Yeah, the gutter guards.
Gutter
Yeah.
guards. That helps a lot because that's the main thing that can cause your house to catch on fire is the leaves in the gutters.
Oh,
Because
wow.
those leaves get really dry, and people sometimes, even elderly people, they can't get up there and clean out their gutters.
Right.
And they don't do it, and so that's a huge fire hazard. Making sure that you clean your
True.
if you have a wood stove, make sure you get it cleaned. Or even your fireplace, make sure you get it cleaned out. Annually. And I
Oh,
don't even
thank
think
you. You
you're
just
allowed to.
reminded me. Got it. Note to self. Get my chimney sweep out.
That's
I
right.
really
You
did
just
write
want
that down.
to get that creosote out of there because that's huge
That's
right there
right.
too.
Exactly.
And it's just really scary because I can't tell everybody what's going to happen, but I can tell you just to, if you do have a carrier, keep everything properly maintained and just be really happy. I've got to say one more thing, Mickie, about
Sure.
homes. I have had so many people that have made small claims, and I'm not, as an agent, if somebody calls me up with a claim, I'm not going to tell them don't make a claim because I
Oh,
can't do
right.
that.
No.
We're
Yeah.
supposed to tell our clients to go immediately and make the claim for them or to have them make a claim. But if you're making small claims, it's not worth it. Save it for something, God forbid that it doesn't happen, something bigger, because if you have 2 claims within a 3-year period, they're going to non-renew you no matter what.
Wow. So you're not saying don't call and make a claim. You're just saying
No.
consider what you're claiming.
Consider what you're claiming. If you're calling, you have a
Yeah.
$2,500 deductible and you're calling up and you have a $3,000 claim, they're
Mm.
going to pay you $500, and it's just like, it's not worth it. And then your rate does go up as well.
So yeah, if you make so many claims, there's the potential that your insurance company could non-renew you because you're making all these claims, even if
It's not
they're
if. It's not
small.
it's they will.
It's
It's
good possibility. Gotcha.
claims within 3 years. Yeah,
Wow.
that's happening to everybody. I know people, and when we had all those big huge storms and everything, people had
Sure.
trees falling on their homes.
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
like, these are all acts of God. They can't help that.
Yeah.
And but still people were getting canceled, and I'm just
Wow.
yeah.
So much to talk about, and we just hit the tip of the iceberg on this one, I think.
We did.
So, Denise, we need to have you back. Let's have you back next time, and let's talk a little bit more next time on insurance and are you covered for enough? Sound good?
Oh, absolutely. That is a huge
We
subject.
appreciate it. All right. Well,
Yes.
Denise, thank you so much for sharing all this great information that you've provided us
Thank
today.
you for
We
having me.
appreciate it. And
Thank
for those of you, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. We will we will monitor those and get back to you. Or if you feel like we haven't gotten back to you fast enough, send us a message or email us. You've got Denise's phone number right there on the screen. Take a photo of it right now and reach out to us today with your questions. We're here to help. So
I
thanks
would
so
love
much.
to help anybody that has any questions at all. I'm always here. That's my personal cell as well as my work cell. So I would love to
Right
talk to
on.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Denise. And thanks so much for joining us today on Great Talks, everybody. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
See you soon. Bye-bye.